January is in the books, guys. That was the longest January in the history of Januaries, wasn't it? Or was it just me?
2 years long.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
No, February, Groundhog Day tomorrow. My mom's birthday, if she had still been alive. Yeah. So you know Elmo.
Yes, I do.
Everybody-
Very, very well.
everybody
Tickle
loves
Me Elmo
Elmo.
was very big in Brady's life.
Yeah, Elmo tweeted very innocently this week, just basically said, hey, how's everybody doing? And oh my gosh, Elmo struck a nerve because apparently people right across North America are feeling really, really lousy.
Yeah.
They're scared, they're aggravated, they're feeling financially insecure. There was something like 150 million impressions on that one Elmo tweet.
I think it went up to 345 million.
Really?
Yeah.
The president weighed in.
Everybody.
All the Sesame Street characters started sort of jumping in, saying, is it Sesame
Yeah,
Street? Yeah.
yeah.
Started saying, oh, now Cookie Monster is helping. If anybody needs to talk, reach out to me. So he tapped into angst. A lot of people feeling very stressed out right now.
I think that you and I have been talking a lot about that on this show, about just trying to connect with people to say it's okay to have a conversation and say, you know what, I'm not okay. And also, I think a big lesson when you say, how are you doing? Mean it and listen. Because sometimes, and I definitely had this happen to me over the holidays, and maybe for your mom's birthday, if I say, how you doing, you'd be like, not my best day.
The thing is, too,
okay
that
to say
people
that.
are there to listen. And even if you don't feel like there's someone in your world that's available or you don't want to reach out, there are services. There
Yes.
are phone lines. There are people. You can reach out to us.
Yeah,
Send
you
us
can.
an email and we'll talk with you.
You can be a part of
Because-
our viewing party,
Yeah.
and you can be on the show maybe.
Oh, see, there you go.
How's that for a segue? Because
Very
we
good.
do look at all the pictures.
Yeah.
We get those emails. We care, and we are really grateful for you watching us. Viewing party at czechmedia.ca is how you get in on the fun. Last week's viewing party entries are entered to win a really cool prize in a $150 gift card. That'll take you out for dinner too.
Joey's. I love Joey's.
Yeah.
Go there a lot.
Delish.
Great restaurant. So there you go. $150. Somebody's going to win that. Stay tuned for that.
From the BC Restaurant and Food Services Association, thank you for sponsoring our
Yeah.
show, and thank you for being a part of our community.
Yeah, and reach out anytime.
Yeah.
We have email addresses.
Right?
Derek might pop
Derek's
it up.
going
I'm
to do
sort
it.
of
Watch
looking-
this happen. It's like magic. It's like magic. He's like, guys, there you go.
Okay, thank you. Sorry,
Okay.
putting Derek on the spot. Okay, we have a very busy show.
We do. Let's dive right in. Let's start with the BC crackdown on post-secondary education students, international students coming to our province. No cap, Linda. Were you as shocked as I when we found out that there was no limit to the numbers?
Well, no, because we've been seeing the numbers skyrocket, and in the Lower Mainland, we have hundreds of thousands
Yeah.
of foreign students who are coming here, which is good.
We need them.
If there's housing, and if the college they're going to is legit
That's the
and
problem.
not scamming them, basically. So we have the minister who's responsible for post-secondary education, Selena Robinson's coming in studio.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that and see what BC is going to do about this issue. That is a federal flag, a problem that has been flagged for housing and healthcare and all those things. But here in BC, it's a big problem. So we're going to talk to Selena Robinson. We're also going to have a conversation about policing our ports. Oh boy.
It's kind of insane that we have not had a dedicated policing unit at the port since 1997.
Crazy.
And meanwhile, we've got an insane amount of drugs being trafficked out of the port, sent to other countries.
That's
From us, fentanyl, all kinds of things that'll kill you. We've got vehicles being stolen and sent through the port. So we have Sam Cooper, who's an investigative journalist with the Bureau. He knows stuff that will make your hair blow off your head.
truly. Stay tuned. Sam Cooper, straight ahead. We also have a fabulous guest. You booked this guest, so I love
so
her.
I like RuPaul's Drag Race, and they have a Canadian version called Canada's Drag Race. And the person who won season 4 is from Vancouver, and her name is Venus, and she is so spectacular. Have just a little taste.
Here's a taste of Venus.
I mean, how beautiful is this person?
And historic win, right?
Indigenous, the first Indigenous winner. And Venus will be joining us right here in the studio.
We're going to talk about it. Oh, and last opportunity to enter our contest, the Hotrocks Contest for Valentine's Day, because you know what? 2 weeks from today.
Oh my gosh.
Right? So this
Get out
$3,000,
shopping.
right? $3,000 lab-grown pendant up for grabs. How do you enter?
Well, like the many viewers who have already entered, you just go to hotrocks.chekmedia.ca. Some pretty interesting stories.
Love stories. Yeah. Stories of love. Doesn't need to be a relationship that you're in right
your
now.
Dog.
It can be.
Your
We've
child.
got dogs and kids and cats, and but also some really cool stories of true love and love lost. So there you go. And now it's time for Hot Headlines.
Yep. Good news, Jody. We have so good news for anybody who relies on transit. Yeah, the strike, we were worried about yet another 72-hour strike, but it was averted narrowly thanks to the brilliant mediator, Vince Reddy. God bless you. And so
we were all like, Saturday, oh my gosh. No, it's over. You don't have to worry about it. What parents who might have kids rolling around on buses might be worried about cell phones in school. Some parents love to be able to connect with their kids in school by cell phones. Others think that, you know what, social media not healthy for kids in schools.
Well, and the thing is that the BC government is going to let the individual school districts decide what the rules are. They're not saying absolutely no phones at all, can't bring it in the door. There might be instances where you put it in a bag and you leave it at the front or whatever.
I'm fine with that. As a
I
parent.
am too.
I'm totally fine with that. Not fine with sextortion. Kids always at threat here, but BC sextortion victims have new powers. This is good.
Well, it's really good because we have talked to people in the past who say that once there is an intimate image of you that somebody has put online, it's almost impossible to get it down. The BC government is creating a system and a process where you can then go apply to get those images taken down. There's fines. Yes. And you know why? Because it's not, you know, if somebody as huge as Taylor Swift,
right,
is being extorted with intimate images online. In her case, they're artificially generated, these AI kind of porn shots of Taylor Swift. So her fans, the Swifties, have come to the rescue, come to her defense. But man, this is going to be such a massive problem going forward. AI can be very, very good and very, very bad.
I hate that this happened to Taylor Swift, but I love that this happened to Taylor Swift because everybody's going to learn about this and be flagged to this being really an issue for absolutely everybody.
Yeah.
And AI is, I mean, it's going to be helpful and it's also going to be scary. Speaking of pushback, I definitely want to push back on this. Manulife, you need to go to a certain pharmacy. You need to show your Optimum card. Are you kidding me right now?
Well, it's for specific drugs.
I hate this.
But what if you live in a small town and it turns out the only way Manulife will cover the drug that you've been prescribed is that you have to go to a Loblaws franchise like Shoppers Drug Mart?
No.
What if there is no Shoppers Drug Mart in your neighborhood?
It's ridiculous.
I don't think it's right, and it is a creeping closer of this merger and private health care, and I think the government should step in and go, no, not doing that.
We need some real guardrails around this.
I agree.
Guardrails around where you get your meds, how you get your meds, and again, Optimum card medicine, please no.
Yeah.
But let's go to the next topic, which is actually medical assistance in dying, something we've tackled here on the show on a number of occasions. A little bit of a pause from the federal government on this.
Like a long pause. They're pausing it until 2027. It said the Canadian government's not ready. And Canada is way farther out on medical assistance in dying than virtually any other country, I believe. And so there's a lot of concern about whether this is a slippery slope. What if someone with a mental health issue just isn't properly supported
we need those
with the healthcare
supports,
system?
Right. We need those supports in place before somebody feels, you know, like they're loose in the wind and have no right.
Yeah.
I mean, we do. It's a long road to go, but we're on it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna continue down that path. Feels like a long road with the players in the National Hockey League.
So keep your eye on this one because on Monday there are 5 hockey players who used to be on the World Juniors and the 2018 team have been charged in a sexual assault case. It was really horrific, involving a young woman in a hotel room.
So the man who actually wrote the first story that broke this initially, Rick Westhead, is going to be our guest next week.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
It is. We're going to take you deep into it and learn all about it.
One more thing.
This.
I absolutely am someone who just isn't very interested in cruising. It's me. If you do, good for you. But I would never, never, never in a million years spend my vacation on this monstrosity. The Icon of the Seas is the world's biggest cruise ship that sets sail. I think it carries something like 20,000 passengers. There's 20 different decks. It just does not appeal to me in the slightest. Can you imagine if Norwalk virus took off in there?
God. See, I get seasick, so even just looking at that, and then on top of that, no. Okay, let's move on. Later on the show, more intel on how organized crime weakens security at BC ports, as well as international threats from abroad. Sam Cooper is going to be our guest.
And up next, BC's cracking down on schools that exploit foreign students, a move that will also take pressure off the housing market. The minister in charge, Selena Robinson's, in the studio next.
And we talked about the viewing party, Linda, so let's show some of last week's entrants. Annette and Al in North Vancouver. Hi, guys.
Kathy and Langley, hello to you.
Oh, hi, Kathy. And Cheryl and Darcy in South Surrey.
And we have Darlene and Emmy, I think. Hello, thank you all for watching. That's so great. I believe that's the granddaughter.
There you go. Viewing party at chekmedia.ca is how you get in on the fun for next week. Up for grabs today, a BCRFA gift certificate for Joey's Restaurant, $150. Stay tuned.